All right. So thanks everyone for joining tonight before the big storm. It's primarily, I think, going to be an update meeting, but before we get into the topics, did everybody get a chance to review the meeting minutes from the January session? Any updates or changes to them? I thought it was a really good discussion, and Linda, as usual, you did a wonderful job. I don't know how you managed to capture everything that we went on, but I don't think you missed anything that we did. So
thank you.
I appreciate that. All right, so do I hear a motion to have the minutes approved as is? All right. Okay, so moved. All right, moving on to the enterprise software update. Where we left this is, and I saw there was a couple of emails over the last month about getting the references. Have you all had a chance to talk to any of the other folks, any other the other clients?
Yeah, we've heard back from some of them. We haven't heard back from everybody yet.
Okay. What's been the general feeling?
Most of them have actually given positive feedback on all of them.
Oh, good.
And I would say that they've given us some good feedback too on the transition, the training.
Okay.
You know, some thoughts for us to consider there as well.
Did any of them happen to have AccuFund previously?
We did not ask that. Sorry.
And
I don't think I've thought of that until right now.
I hadn't thought of that either. So.
Most of the references are not local.
Okay.
I think
But
there was
they are
only like,
about this, but they are about
Yes.
the same size, right?
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, good.
Now Springbrook has come down on their pricing. No one else did.
Oh. And
They-
I didn't get a chance to compare. How much did they come down?
Let's see here, Springbrook, they were,
Suppose I can.
the total, it went from 152, 187 to 139, 219. They came down about 10,000 annually.
Oh, so they cut the delta in half.
They brought down the, so the annual pricing was $44,162.76, and it's now $34,919.41. So they brought down their annual cost about $10,000.
All right, let's all right, I do need, then I'll go back through and make sure I've got everything. Did we
I did put them on the
confirm that
SharePoint as
that'd be
well.
great. Well, I was going to update that little spreadsheet that I did.
Oh, okay.
Which I will go do that just to make sure we've got it, you know, everything listed here. And is this the same? It was the same list of modules that we had before?
Yes. However, MyGov though is an additional $41,339.
Which I had included that in the. Let me pull up my spreadsheet.
Edmunds went up in price because we added the fleet management module.
So as we look at this now, and if we compare apples to apples, do we have does everybody now have all the same modules, or do we have any discrepancies?
Freedom would not have all of the modules. We would probably have to combine Tracer or Cartograph with Freedom because they're still using the Google Doc or the Google Maps.
Yeah. Did I have?
I'll be honest with you, I cannot remember if Edmunds was, I believe Edmunds had used ArcView, but the Esri, but I can't. We've seen so many, I just.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at Edmunds does work. We had given them a rating of 3 or 1, excuse me. They don't work as well with Esri as Springbrook and MyGov did. All right, I'm gonna go back through, here's my to-do on the financial side of this. I will update my gorgeous little spreadsheet here. And with the updated, with what it was and what they are now. And I just need you all to confirm that everybody has the same modules. I know you said Freedom does not, but I think Freedom they were down on our list because of the whole Esri, issue with them, right, using Google Maps.
Right.
I do feel as if from an accounting and tax standpoint, everybody has the same modules.
Okay,
Springbrook, Edmonds,
Mhm.
I think we're good.
you think
that
we're
way.
good?
Yeah, I think the difference is going to be on the permitting, public works end of things, and my feeling is that we would have time to sort that out.
Do we have
Oh,
permitting and public works in this? We do not.
no.
Oh, yeah, we do have building permits in Springbrook.
Yes,
Right.
and in Edmonds as well.
Okay,
Yeah, we wouldn't have the public works aspects of things.
but we don't have the public works, but okay. I will go back through and try and flush out some of that little comparison pricing and see if, help and pull you guys, because I know everybody's swamped, and I think I'm gonna be home tomorrow. So I'll have some time to try and do an apples to apples. So it is interesting to me that Springbrook came down. So where we were about, we were a significant difference. We may not be such a significant difference. And Mike, just for your edification, since you weren't a part of this, from the technically, if we looked at this with just the features and functions, Springbrook and MyGov had the best features and functions, but they were quite a bit more expensive over the term than Edmonds, which is Edmonds does what it needs to do. So we were leaning more towards Edmonds, but now that Springbrook has brought it down, it might be close enough. We, might need to kind of see on this, but we are taking a hard look both from a feature function perspective as well as a cost perspective. So that's just a little bit more background on what we've been doing, because it is a significant investment for the town.
Yeah. Thanks for the update.
Yep. So Melinda and Bob, have you gotten any references from Springbrook yet? And MyGov?
Yes, not
Okay,
MyGov.
just Springbrook.
Mhm.
Have we asked for MyGov references?
Yes.
Okay, we don't
Now,
like.
I will say that I accidentally asked for those a little later because I keep putting the two of them together as one.
That's okay.
Tim, the gentleman that had done the demonstration for us, is no
Yeah.
longer with MyGov. So we we spoke briefly with the owner
Okay,
this week, and he's going to get us out references.
how'd that conversation go? Are you guys comfortable with the change,
I think Melinda and I agreed that if that would have been our first conversation with MyGov, we wouldn't be considering MyGov anymore. We
Really?
did not get the same positive feel out of the owner that we did Tim.
So he's not a salesman,
No, definitely not a salesman.
but if I remember right, he has a vision for it. If I remember our discussion, right, that he is the visionary and the technical guy that pulled all this together. He's not the salesman.
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's funny because he didn't strike me as a visionary, just
No.
the way he spoke. He sounded more like a CEO.
Okay. All right. Well, then we really do want, which is fine. He is a CEO, that's what he is.
Yep.
Small company, but he's a CEO. So I think it'll be really important that we get some good references from MyGov,
Right.
given that, because that's a little bit concerning, but okay. what else is there on the enterprise software now? When do you think you're going to be done? You'll get all the references. Do we need to pull together a meeting or something in between or two, between now and March, or we just want to wait? And
I would ask that we don't do it before the end of February, just because the finance people were tied up with getting audit information to the auditors. We'll have a little bit more free time into March because the heavy lift will be done
Okay.
from finance. So let's look at like maybe around our March meeting, we can start to set up a time.
okay. All right. So then
And
the
that-
to-dos.
That gives
Right.
us a little bit more time to get the rest of the references in.
Absolutely. Okay, so the two to-dos that we have on this enterprise software update, your to-do is to finish having the conversations with the references. And again, go from that perspective. My to-do is to take that little spreadsheet and see if I can come up with something to do a little more detailed financial analysis, just to make sure we're looking apples to apples. I have all the updated proposals. I'll put them together.
Yeah.
Do we want Freedom in that list, or are we really just looking between Edmonds and Springbrook at this point?
My instinct tells us we're looking between Springbrook and Edmonds.
That's what I thought. Okay,
And I think Tricia agrees with that.
I'm pretty darn sure she does.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then I will do that and I will get it out to everybody. If not tomorrow, sometime soon, so that we've got something a little bit better, because that initial spreadsheet I did was pretty rough.
And Marcy, I sent you the pricing for Tracer just so you have it.
Okay, great. I think I had it, but I will definitely just kind of make a note of that, which we don't need Tracer if we're doing MyGov, correct?
Correct.
And I think it's also on the SharePoint too, the tracer. I think it is.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you put it out there.
Just,
Okay.
you
Yes,
may have gone over this already, but when Springbrook came down in price, was it around the same as for Edmonds?
It's much closer because we added a module to Edmonds. That's why I want to go back through just to make sure we've got T's crossed and I's dotted. We're looking apples to apples and what the updated pricing really is. So
It sounds like it cut the $90,000 difference down to 40 or 50.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well, and that was 90 over 5 years. So, if it's, I just think we need to be clear, especially whichever option we end up with when we go to council asking for funds, that we've done all our homework and why. So I will take that to do on this. Okay, anything else on the enterprise software then? Going once, going twice. Okay. Website update. Bob, where are we on, has John had a chance to put McCandless and me, Frank, together, or the interns?
He didn't have a chance before he went on paternity leave.
Okay.
He comes back, I think Friday. He starts back, and I have a meeting set up with him, so I will follow up with him on that.
Okay, do we want, I will offer that if once John's back, give him a little bit of time. If we want to set something up with him to just kind of talk through some of our ideas,
Okay.
we'd be more than willing. I'm volunteering, everybody, if you haven't noticed this. But if we can, to try and help him through some of it and bounce some ideas forward.
Okay.
I think that it might be helpful for him when he's ready, because I understand, he's coming back. So, and what we're trying to do with this is, as we get ready to do update our website, which I know we all just love that website, is we want to get feedback from the community. So to launch a McCandless and Me project, to get feedback as to what people would like to see on the website. What are some of the concerns they've got? Any other examples they've got of great ones? It's those kinds of things, so that we're getting feedback from the community I think it should be both community members as well as businesses. And I know, that, what types of things they'd like to see on there. And then it would be bringing in also an intern from probably LaRoche, a communications intern, to help us frame all of this out. Because then we also need to make sure that we've got the right people that can help keep it up to date. Because it's no good if we have a wonderful, beautiful website that gets stale in 2 months. That's just a waste of time and money. So that's our approach with this website update. Okay. So Bob, yeah, when you talk to John, let me know, let us know, when he thinks he might have a chance to get into this, and then we'll kind of sit down and we can go through some of our ideas, his ideas, and get this McCandless and Me launched.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Anything else on website stuff?
Savvy Citizen?
Well, that's the other thing is I'd like to, as we redo this website, is migrate the Savvy Citizen functionality into it. So we're not paying for both a website and a Savvy Citizen application. That's kind of silly.
It occurs to me, it's been a while since I've seen one of their notices. I have to check my settings.
I'm getting them now, so I'm getting quite a few of them, as a matter of fact.
North Allegheny just canceled, so that'd be nice to come
Did
out of
they?
Savvy Citizen. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I think as part of this, we want to drive community to the website, so we're not having the multiple touch points. We can have multiple touch points, but it all needs to come from one place, not
Right.
Savvy Citizen, just one spot. So people know where to go. Okay. All right. So that is the to-do that we will get moving on in a little bit. Anything else on the website?
Not right now.
Okay. Then the couple other miscellaneous things are the body cams. You're good on all that? I just wanted to double check.
Yeah, the most frustrating thing at this point regarding the body cams is going through the federal bureaucracy.
I'm sure.
So we have to go through 3 different sites to develop the contact information for them.
Ugh. Is there anything we can help with that?
No, I mean, just we're getting through it, but it takes several steps in each case for us
Okay.
to get through it. But we're getting through it, and I think we're ready to go. The other downside of it is that you put the information in, and then it's a day or two before you can do anything, the next step.
Is this just registering each of the cameras?
No, this is just getting the correct contact people, or the finance people, the authorized representatives in place to handle all the paperwork. I mean, we've accepted the grant, so that part of it's done, but it's just mind numbing how much you have to go through just to get the paperwork.
I wonder what the availability is of those cameras now. It's so hard to get anything technology-wise.
We checked toward the beginning of December, and they were at 6 to 8 weeks out. We'll have to check again.
Yeah, it might be worth checking again. All right, but unfortunately, the process is what it is.
Should we put the next update for April then? Agenda
Yeah.
wise?
I think it would probably make sense.
Yeah, so Melinda, we should probably add that as a line item for the April meeting when we get to it. The other thing I just wanted to check on real quick was the phones.
RFP is out and is due February 20.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Once I have the proposals, I'll let you guys know, and you can sort through them if you'd like.
Yeah, we can definitely help take a peek at it, another set of eyes to compare what the proposals are and
Yeah.
give our 2 cents. We're good at that. Okay, good. And then Craig, you were talking about going to put together an article for coming up on how to text 911.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance yet, but I will get that done within the next week or so.
Okay, perfect. That'll be fine. I'm sure you've got plenty of articles and stuff for the newsletter. All right.
Was there an update on the solar panels? Are we still doing that for the city center?
Nothing, we're talking to the Pennsylvania Solar Center, having some conversations with them to see if their program might be viable. For them.
Okay. Is there anything we can help with there?
Not yet.
Anything else coming up, Bob or Mike? Anything else that's starting to loom on the agenda that, or the town that we can come up and then we can help with?
Nothing immediately comes to mind.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't think of anything.
Okay.
Marcy, just so you know, I did talk to the new fire marshal. He started last week and he will only be using the First Look Pro for informational purposes. That's not a program that he plans to use on a daily basis. So it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, good. Well, once he gets his feet underneath him,
Right.
it'd be good to sit down. I'm not expecting to be able to sit down. So, Mike, one of the things we've also done is sit down with each of the individual leaders for the town, to see how they're running things, what do they need, kind of stuff. So, once our new fire marshal has got his arms around businesses, how things are operating, what does he need from a technology perspective? And that could be across a number of different things. So just to make sure that everybody has a chance to kind of think through and, take a step back for any technology requirements, requests, ideas, suggestions, etc. So we can work
I
it
do
in.
have one. Bob, are we looking to get GPS for all of the salt trucks?
That will be, that's on my to-do list and to consider as part of the Public Works software when we're looking at these different modules. I know that Tracer, one of the ones that we're looking at, has that module available.
Okay.
So that will become part of the our consideration that type of system's available.
Yeah, for our salt trucks, our leaf trucks, and then some routing software. Right now, all of the routes for the trucks have been done manually, and given some of the road changes and some of the rest of it, there might be more efficient ways. So routing software is not all that expensive. There's a lot of options out there that are pretty simple, but that's something else that the town does not have today. It's all manual. So we could probably fix that there, as well as the other thing that will be in this is a complaint module, so that as people have issues and the rest of it, that they can put it in through a website and it can actually be routed and tracked, because we don't have that either. So those are some of the other things that we're looking at.
What about the light cameras? Did we do anything with that? The sensors?
No, those did not make it into the budget this time around. That'll be a next year discussion. But not a this year discussion. Okay, I don't have anything else. We're efficient tonight. Anybody else have anything? Well, going once, going twice, all right. Well, do I hear a motion to have the meeting adjourned for this evening?
Motion to adjourn.
And do I hear a second?
Second.
Right, guys. Hey, well, thanks everyone. We will adjourn the meeting. Everybody stay safe tomorrow and stay off the roads until we figure out what's happening. Hopefully it'll be nothing, but
Hope so.
be careful, everyone. Yep.
Have
All
a good
right.
night.
Thanks, you
Hey,
too.
guys.
See ya.
See you guys.
Yeah, thanks everybody for your time.